Oh, welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us again. I'm here with my good friend, Wayne Capelli. Hi, Wayne.
How you
And
doing?
today we're going to talk about a subject that can be polarizing in our field, and that is shooting with lights on or lights off. So Wayne and I would like to go through that. And I'm going to start with some of the reasons why you'd be shooting with lights on. And I think one of the first reasons that comes to mind is that there are some rooms that simply look better with lights on. So, for example, in this photo here, if I turn the lights off, we see this generally warm toned guest bathroom with the various shades of red in the tile, with the yellow brown warm tones of the cabinetry, allowing in the cool light. I don't know, it just feels like there's something missing. And I think the shot is improved by adding a little bit of warmth from the sconce here. And as you can see, as I toggle on and off, we can see how it affects the tile a little bit. It adds just a hint of warmth to the tile in the tub area. It adds some warmth to the countertop. And I think it just adds a nice presence to the shot. So that's probably one of the first major reasons why you want to shoot with lights on.
Okay, so let me stop you on that one.
Yeah,
Instead of on the less technical thing, if you turn the light off,
yeah,
um, what happens is imagine yourself going into the bathroom.
yeah.
Let's say you have to go to the bathroom, and the way it is now, it's like you're going to have to turn the light on when you go in this bathroom, anyways. So, with the light on, it literally is inviting you into the room. It,
Yeah.
it, it actually brings you into the room, and it actually, since you're going to go, yes, I'm going to want to go in that room that has the light on, as opposed to, mood wise, it's just better.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's another reason is that, if you're shooting midday or something, early afternoon, and there's an enormous dynamic range, that could help in terms of balancing out the light. There's that reason. But I think a more functional reason, I'd like to show this photo here, this one here, sorry. And as we can see, this shot is right out of camera. It's the middle shot in a 3-shot stitch of a beautiful, beautiful ensuite that I had the good fortune of shooting a little while ago. And as you can see here, no edits, but there is a coldness to this scene. And there were some really good design choices made here that I think really enhances the value of this ensuite. Here we have this part of a 3-shot stitch that I put together shooting for a designer and an architect. And the interior designer here has made some pretty conscious design choices for this ensuite. So we have the floating vanity. And as you can see by these white strips on the left, right, and middle of this mirror, the lights are built into the mirror. But because they are off, we kind of, we're left wondering, what the hell are these white strips?
Right.
And if we turn the lights on, we see vivid evidence. Again, unedited, but still we see wonderful, vivid evidence of these design choices. And if you end up shooting for a designer, they're going to want to see their design choice come to life. Right, Wayne?
Right. And also, again, on a more emotional thing, this is a counter that you would want to go up to. This is, when you go in, this is waiting for you to use. This is welcoming you, and it's simply the light. A lot of my agents say they like the lights on because it adds warmth, and yes, this definitely adds warmth.
Yeah, right. So for me in my work, my preference is to shoot for lights on. I'm sorry, with lights off. Sorry about that. And the dominant reason why is that I love Mother Nature coming into the scene, this soft, beautiful, natural light. And as you can see here, let me change my cursor, we have indication of this lovely directionality of light coming in left to right, and all of these shadows coming off of the various elements in the scene validate that light is coming in left to right. Okay.
Right.
And if we turn the lights on, that goes away.
Right.
Okay. And it just changes the spirit of the room.
Right. And what happens is from our last thing from window pulls, what happens is we are physically changing the light sources. In the ambient shot, the lights were the windows.
Yeah.
And that gave a different kind of feel to the room. When we turn the lights on, it implies that we need the lights on.
Yeah.
But it also changes the mood and the feel of the room.
That's right. That's right. Now, I mean, for me, another deciding factor as to whether light should be on or off is the actual nature of the lights. You know, if someone has basic pendants that they got from Home Depot, $20 each, I'd be less inclined to turn them on.
Right.
But if if the homeowners have done a massive renovation and the designer has bought sconces that are several $100s each, then yeah, I'd be more inclined to shoot with lights on, because again, that is a design choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Wayne, I know that you were wanting to show some of your photos and actually show how you edit. So why don't we do that?
Okay, so I don't have a preference of shooting with the lights on or lights off, but my choice of using lights on or lights off are how that makes me feel in a particular space. So here is daylight, just beautiful daylight. And what happens is when we turn the lights on, it makes it feel like you need to turn the lights on. And that's why this is actually a dusk shot. So if we go between the two of them, I wouldn't necessarily need to turn the lights on. And if I would have turned the lights on when it's like this, it really becomes distracting. Yeah. So when we turn the lights on, they should be the reason why it's lighting the room. So when you turn the lights on in a room, that's why the lights are on, is to light the room. Yeah. So it changes the focus of where the lights are coming from, where the light is coming from.
In this shot here, and this leads me to one of the key points that I was hoping to make, Wayne, and that is probably one of the dominant reasons for why you would want to shoot with lights off is to avoid color contamination, because Absolutely. in that daytime scene, if you could put it back to the daytime scene, anytime you turn the lights on in a space, you have all these different colors coming in anyway from outside. And if you add another light source, you are running the risk of further contaminating the colors in the scene. So that would probably be the number one reason why you'd want to shoot with lights off.
Right. And like I said, when you turn the lights on, the lights that you turn on should be what is lighting the scene. So yeah, this is lighting the room from the window. When we turn the lights on, the lights, all the mechanical lights throughout the spaces is lighting the space, and that's how it
makes sense. In other words, it makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is strict ambient light, and this is a log cabin. I mean, I exposed for the ambient of the light, and there's no lights on. This happens to have nice skylights in it, and it has a nice feel to it. But we'll go to another space where this is a very large room with very large windows, and with the lights on, what happens is the window light really isn't lighting the room, and all the lights that are on, although it's well exposed, is darker. It's a darker feel than just using the natural ambient.
Yeah, that other photos with the chandelier, it looks a touch awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. So you're in this space, and yes, the lights are on, and it is warm, but again, the lights are on because it has to light that large space, and it's just one of those exposure or mood decisions that we make when we do interiors.
Yeah. So do you have like techniques to maybe get the best of both worlds, where we can keep some of the ambient light coming in and all that lovely directionality, but maybe kind of blend in some of the lights?
Absolutely. Okay, so what we have here is just straight ambient light. Well, actually, this is lit, but the actual overhead lights aren't on. What I do is I just expose just for the lights with the lights on. And what I'll do is I'll turn the ambient on.
Yeah.
And mode wise, if we do lighten mode on normally, if you can see the color contamination over the lights.
Yeah.
And it actually kind of blots out.
Yeah.
So what I suggest is use screen mode.
Oh, cool. And
it fills in. Really cool. The great part about this now is that with this layer underneath, if we want to turn that up or down, we can put a layer between a curve layer, so we can control how the light looks.
Right.
Very cool. Yeah, and from there, if you need to, we can control the color temperature.
Yeah.
Easy.
And you did that by selecting the color channel within the curves adjustment layer.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just expose just for the lights.
Yeah.
I put it underneath the fixture. I mean the ambient layer, and use screen mode. Cool. Easy.
Okay. So
okay.
And if anybody has a suggested topic, has a question, has a photo you'd like to have critique, please feel free to contact either myself or Wayne.
Great.
Anyway, that's it, bud.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us. And we'll have another video out soon, and we'll